What is up, everybody? Welcome back to React Daily now on episode 5 of Zoku Owarimonogatari. Man, I can't even. You know what's crazy? I was like excited for the first half of that little routine spiel, and then I said episode 5, and I realized there's 2 more. After this, there's gonna be 1 more. What do you mean there's 1 more? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It just hasn't felt like that until just now. You know what I mean? That like we're actually like right at the end of the show. I don't know, but I don't know. At least the pain there is alleviated somewhat from off/monster season announcement being a couple episodes ago. Like when a couple episodes ago it got announced, and so there is more coming at least on the horizon somewhere. So that's nice, I guess. But I don't know. That just feels weird. But anyways, we got more stuff to yap about than that. Let me just boom, get episode 4 up. So I don't have a ton to pre-game yap about. I think. Well, I don't know. I say that, but you never know. I think in comparison to the last few, I probably have a bit less this time. There's a few things I wanted to hit indeed, though. First let me say, a lot of this stuff with Shinobu, I still don't really know what to do with. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest. It's hard because it's like, it feels like it's, like, there's the question of, is this a Shinobu thing or an Araragi thing, right? The whole, these lines of the greater sin is mine for sinning before master without permission, I must die to atone, I must die, right? Is that, like, in this, I think that's, what's literally happening is Shinobu has some sort of, like, she is so, like, royally nobility divine. She has, like, a divine aura or something that causes people to, like, want to do that for her, just based on the way that Ononoki was talking. Though, how much do I read into that in terms of Araragi's character versus I just kind of leave that as kind of a weird thing that subconscious Shinobu has going on, Or like the history of Shinobu, because this is, of course, when she used to be a human, right? So this is her used to be human form, How much do I read into it as like, that's a her thing versus an Araragi thing, right? So, I don't know, it is kind of a weird spot. I think I'm just kind of, right now, having it in my head just be like purely a Shinobu, or like mostly a Shinobu thing, not purely, but mostly a Shinobu thing, just because that's a lot easier to apprehend than trying to tie that into like whatever's going on with Araragi, because Homeboy's kind of complicated. Homeboy's kind of hard to think about sometimes. I think it's easier to just say like, this is what Shinobu was like, and the dynamic, the master slave dynamic, though slave is in a different, not literally occurring here, right? But the whole, like, the vampire master and the vampire, like, thrall, right, that we've done, that has been their dynamic before, kind of like a different play on that. Just kind of leave it at that. But, so I did want to address that as a thing, though. I had 2 other things. Am I going to be able to remember this second? Oh, yeah, Kambaru's mom. What's good with you, Gantoe? What's up? The other thing I wanted to just, I don't really, let me find where it is. The point on replacing, right here. The idea to replace this, or to open your heart up to this world and then become like, live here, right? That's the idea that Ononoki brings up to Araragi. Yeah, simply resign yourself to your fate and your lovey-dovey life with Sodachi can start tomorrow. I'm looking for, I think, this line, right? Yeah, like right around here. I think this passage is really interesting, and what's the most interesting to me, I think, is that Araragi's like, he says like that's a good point, or like that's worth thinking about. I think is how he phrases it, something like that. This thing that she's about to bring up for him. And this is super interesting, right? That once you give up and open your heart to this world, you'll probably be influenced by it, molded by it, and changed back to normal. Of course, normal is in relation to her normal, which is, inverted Araragi, so normal is kind of a weird thing to be, a weird phrase to be thrown. But, yeah, it's like, there's kind of a dual thing going on. A, that as much as he's influencing the world around him, the world can influence him in return, right? So that's like an important dynamic. But B, the point of like opening your heart to this world, like Araragi, kind of a stubborn guy. I feel like he's an incredibly stubborn lad. You know what I mean? And like him and change, I feel like we've had there's been so many like discussions on change and growing up and justice and blah blah blah, that it's like you would have to do like an entire essay to really get to it. But I think that's the complicated nature of that is exactly why something as simple as just like open your heart to it. He's not gonna just open his heart to something. That's not, you know what I mean? Homeboy gotta spin it around in his dome and then forget it and then remember it like 7 times and then we'll maybe consider it, right? So, I don't know. I find that to be like, for that to kind of be the condition for that, where it's like, if you just accept this world, right, then you can become one with it, right? Would he ever be the type of guy to let go of the past world, not just because he owes something to it, but also just because, like, would he really jump the fence to the greener field? I think he's scared of jumping. You know what I mean? The change is just like such a, you know what I mean? That was the entire thing with the democracy, right? Or not the entire thing, but that was a large part of the thing with democracy, wasn't it? That like his mind would be changed by the majority. It was like a point of fear, which is why he went isolation mode. Wasn't that? I think that was one of the sentiments there, right? Hopefully, I'm not incorrect about that. But yeah, so I find that to be like, for that to be coded into this, how this place works, I think is probably really important to remember going into the finale, or like the last two, right? Even if, and then she makes the point of you wouldn't even fully immerse probably. Oh, well, this is a separate point. The point that real Araragi could show up, mirror Araragi could show up. Yeah. Which is assuming that he is in the real world, or the conscious world, which I think is a fair assumption. But yeah. Man, I could have sworn I had a second point. Oh yeah, he was in the mirror, and he gave a little smile. It'd be kind of crazy if, oh, this is a cute, he's got little, like, side ponytails. Oh my goodness, I'm Araragi right now. How does time work, bro? I kind of wonder, like, when Araragi looked in the water and saw his smile, right? Or, like, the other him's smile, was other him in the real world, or in the conscious world, doing it at the same time? Like, are they linked up to a degree? I don't know. Also, Tsukihi, can you calm down? Oh, and it is even a point, though, that Tsukihi is, like, a normal figure. Like, she didn't invert very hard. Like, she's kind of the same through and through. Right? That was kind of a point made. So for her to be here when he, like, interacts with the other side, I feel like almost even makes sense itself. Because then it's like I'm kind of assuming that maybe things on the other side are kind of similar, which is why, like, the thing synced up enough that he got to see himself, something like that. Completely speculation, got no idea what's going on the other side. That's kind of one of the issues here. But then if perhaps Tsukihi, because I could imagine Tsukihi on the other side is doing the same thing to other Araragi that Tsukihi on this side is doing to this Araragi, like our Araragi, And that's where, like, it's able to, like, sync up. And so her, as somebody that's the same on both sides, would be, like, the mediator for, like, attaching the two. Something like that. That could be cool. Probably not, but maybe. And then Sodachi's just over here, like, developing a freaking second personality disorder and going, oh, why am I angry? Sodachi, it's okay. It's okay, Sodachi. It's okay. I'm a negative influence. Yin and yang, the barriers between the conscious and the unconscious. How might they intersect? Should they intersect? What about just, man, you know what, I wonder if you could, like, make a read with all of this in comparison to, like, to Hanakawa with the whole, like, tiger stripe thing, right? Because I found that to be, like, such a, like, a profound, and I was talking about this a little bit last time, so I won't, like, I'll be skimmy, but I found it to be such a profound point on, like, the unity of the self in comparison to and without, like a unity with oneself despite the separation within oneself, something like that, where it's like she has all these separate parts, but then she's able to come back together. That was so profound to me. So it's like here, though, where we're having two separate parts that are, they're connected through being an inversion, right? But they are very made to be separate here, right? We're meeting people that are very different than how we know them. They have different, like, physical traits and such, right? Where there's the point of, like, Araragi here is, like, a negative influence. It's like muddying it. It's causing confusion. It's causing disturbance, right? so that makes me like almost like it almost feels like a counter to that, where it's like here assimilating the two parts is bad, right? Or it's a negative influence. I mean, we could read into if it's actually bad or not, but it almost feels like things are out of whack and problematic because of the way that they're being assimilated, or like the way that they're interacting with each other, in a way that like originally with Tsubasa Tiger that felt like a more proper interaction with each other, right? Well, I mean, it was bad for a long time. That was kind of the entire point. But so correcting that felt like a step in the right direction, you know? So, I mean, I feel like you could probably read the two of these two right next to each other, right? The Hanakawa, Tsubasa Tiger, and this one. Bro, my monitor is like tripping. Can you lock it in, please? We got Monogatari to watch. Thank you. I don't even have a drink, bro. All I have Dr. Pepper, but it's really late, so I'm not trying to do that. I think it's got like a tiny bit of lippy. It's water, but it's not very good, so you can have a sip. Yeah, I got like that's like weird tasting water. But yeah, honestly, I do think I just kind of want to jump into this one. See where we're going. Oh no, wait, I remembered the other thing I wanted to mention. So I was thinking more about the thing that I yapped about a lot in the post ep last ep, in the post discussion last episode, and the whole thing about like reality, like the reality of this situation. There's kind of a point that like, you know, where it's like we've been with oddities this entire time. Like, guess what? In the real world, vampires don't exist, but we got Shinobu, you know? And, like, all of these oddities are obviously not things that necessarily make logical sense. So, like, should we really get, like, how fixated should we get on, like, the mirror world's sense-making or, like, realness? Like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's, like, oddities are obviously real. Kaiki, be quiet. You know, to a degree that they're real. Okay, I mean Shinobu. You know what I mean? They're real, right? And so why throw doubt onto the mirror world if oddities are already real and they don't make logical sense necessarily? You know what I mean? I think what it really comes down to for me on that, right, on this whole mirror world debacle, is really just what Sodachi said. I think that line about the mirror being imperfect and casting an imperfect reflection, an imperfect inversion that makes the self harder to apprehend, right? How does she phrase it? I remember she phrased it. We can only vaguely see ourselves. We can only vaguely know ourselves. Something like that. Yeah. And so that point of like, I think that's the most important thing to take away. And like what a lot of those, and I was saying this last time, but I'm kind of almost, I'm not going to say stepping back, but I think it's just, I want to razor focus the doubting of this world onto just imperfect self-knowledge, as opposed to this entire thing as like fake, completely fake, you know? However, I'm still, I don't know, I'm sus of this place. I'm very sus of this place. And they've brought up this place being imperfect before, and it's just like isn't it so strange that Ononoki is acting normal? I know that's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like alter how I act in order to like be most like making sense to you, but it's like that feels so strange that everybody is weird, but Ononoki is like aware of it, and so she switches. I mean, Hachikuji didn't do that, you know? Kuchinawa Nadeko didn't do that. Shinobu isn't doing that, right? Like, Ononoki is uniquely jumping to her opposite expression, right? Because that's the thing that was inverted, in order to, like, work with this Araragi better. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can kind of see it just kind of more as she's kind of like his guide for this episode, for this arc, right? And she's somebody that, like, wants to help fix the place, right? Fix the situation, and so this is the best way to do it. But it almost feels like indicative of something deeper, though I can't quite get it. Anyways, the Copernican revolution. Let's learn about it. Was a paradigm shift from the paleoatomic model of the heavens, which described the cosmos. Wait, I actually know what they're talking about. This revolution. It's when we stopped doing the Earth in the middle and made it the sun in the middle. Yeah, from I didn't know the word Ptolemy. This word right here, Ptolemaic or whatever. but heliocentric. Oh, that's super cool, actually. Wait, we're talking about, like, dude, we're talking about astrology, like, or astronomy, right? That's literally, I don't know, that's like Senjo Gohara and Araragi coded. Why is Ononoki talking about it, you know? Like, there's just so much going on in this show, man. Oh, yeah, and then it was just like a bunch of nonsense. Oh, wow. Wait, okay, wait. What cooking can be done with this? Also, I have my headphones on backwards. You could give up returning to the other world and spend the rest of your days in this world. It, like, similar in the spirit of that revolution. Oh, okay. Because, yeah, the difference in that revolution was what is the center of the universe, which doesn't change what is there, right? It doesn't change the planet's locations or the celestial bodies' locations to one another. It just changes which is mapped out as the center. And so him coming here and staying here would be making the mirror world into the center of Araragi and the way he's interacting with the world, right? It's wow, that's actually a really neat little metaphor there. I actually really like that. Huh, because yeah, it is all about, I guess it is kind of all about perspective. There is another point though, and this is probably my last point as I'm pulling up episode 5, on how the, we don't, because the Araragi, the mirror Araragi, has been described as so very different from normal Araragi, we have like no idea what he's doing on the other side. You know what I mean? Where like I feel like usually in a story like this where it's like we got a clone or like a duplicate of a character, it's like, oh well, we can kind of guess what the clone is doing based off of that, like what we know of the normal character. But the difference here is like if you ask me what's going on in Araragi's subconscious, I have no freaking clue, man. Especially, well, I would have probably been able to throw out some guesses earlier, but seeing him being all grinny in the mirror, it's like, I don't know what's being inverted. Pleasure, his pleasure pain dynamic. He's liking it. I don't know. Like, it's just very. It's hard to. I'm gonna blow out my candle. It's hard to like predict, I guess, in that way. Well, you can see the smoky smoke. But yeah, honestly, I do want to just kind of jump into episode 5 of Owarimonogatari. On to the next, and that's this one. On to this one. Should be exciting. Yeah, let's just get this going without further ado. Episode 5. Let's get this going in a 3, a 2, a 1. Bang! Have you ever seen like a plastic bag? You know what else I thought about? I remember one time somebody like commented on my videos saying, it wasn't in a comment, but somebody was talking about like my channel saying that like the only reason my videos are long are because I spend time in the comments. So what's actually a huge dub about this, the one of the few massive dubs of doing this comment list has been like, what do you mean I need the comments? I can yap on my own as long as I want, bro. You think I need that? Nah, I'm an independent spirit, bro. It's a choice I make. You know what I mean? I'm a not codependent. I don't know. I just think that's funny. I looked at one of the long lengths the other day and was like, oh shoot, I don't look how long it is even without comments. And it made me happy. But yeah. Tip in description, like the video, you know how it goes, timer bottom left, lock in. Boobies. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, I'm panicking. Are my subtitles on? Okay, bet. Lock in. Yeah, how are we gonna explain her being here, bro? This is about to be crazy. Well, not this world. Left the other part of the world. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm actually excited. How is this gonna change what Araragi is thinking of this world? You know what I mean? She's a fool. Okay. Araragi's the fool. That's pretty crazy. In what ways? Bwombi? 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 Oh, no, I thought. Yes, that's what I was talking about. I knew she was gonna make a. I knew she was gonna make a boobies comment. Boobies, drill emoji, drill emoji. Oh. Oh, wait, good line. Wait. She's actually gonna cook? She like Loki read his mind there? Facts. Wait, good point there. That little flashing bit. Well, because it's so weird that she's like reading his mind like this. My goodness, what a call out to the what a meta call. It's crazy. Oh my goodness, it's getting. Why is that actually? It's actually a plot point. It's a plot point that she made the meta joke because the meta joke is not supposed to be hers to make. That's crazy. It's crazy. So she's saying like the opposite thing to Gon, but she's coming to the same conclusion, which is what she was just leading to there, right? Where it's like the verbiage is kind of opposite. Sorry, I'm like, I can't keep. Swallow the key. Oh, okay, whoa. Okay, lock in. Oh my goodness, the waifu list is about to go crazy. I gotta, okay. Just breathe, calm down, don't get distracted. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? She's going underwater, that's kind of crazy. We've heard about that, her in water a lot before, you know? Back in, Hana, I think. Good line, true. My little sister unlimited the unknown. Hanakawa was a goat for that, huh? That's my go to Kana. Whoa, wait. Which is why we're here, bro. That's what Aragi's doing. He's expanding his horizons by coming to this world. Loki on the sleazy. Weather feeling breezy. Okay, lock on. I don't freaking know. That's why I've been doubting. Yeah, that's why I've been doubting. I was literally talking about that last episode. I'm doubting my girl. Oh, that's true. That's crazy, actually. Good point. I didn't even think about. I don't know. I just write all that off. They literally said that this world could be full of paradox. So I just write it off. But she a genius. Student. She spanked it. Your mental state is the only thing it'll reflect. Look in, Adaragi. What do you see? Shut up. She's so troll. We're doing another bath shower scene, bro. Then why are you washing Aragi's? Yeah, you shouldn't do your back washing virginity up, I guess. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, do explain. Do explain. Yeah. In trust. He got the buff. He got the buff for his muscles. You've got my hands to yourself now? Oh, that's funny. But you were interested in Monkey's hand. Perspective. Funny thing, isn't it? Ooh, the red. Ooh, that was so scary. The background got all red for a second there. Yeah, I kind of thought you just left it because you died. I thought it wasn't like in trust. I didn't really think it was entrusted as much. The other me? Oh! Oh, because the other her's dead. Okay, bet. The Rainy Devil. Okay, what? Okay, yeah. Okay. Oh, so is it the paw that's reflecting? Is that like the source of her being able to be here? Is because the paw still exists, maybe? Okay. Ow. Yeah, agreed. Okay. True. We know. I don't really know timeline how it goes with Numachi. Okay, it's just scattered around. Because I think, yeah, she was collecting. True. Would be. Would be indeed. Is my alter ego. Good. Call back to the water. Don't be water, be poison or medicine or whatever, right? Good callback. Good callback. Don't end up like me. Yeah, that line. That line. That line is exactly what I was talking about. Mmm. Projecting. A crybaby devil. So Aragi sees himself as a lot. True with Ogi. Ah, yeah. So because she tried to kill her other self. He chose to save. Ah, okay. I like that parallel. That parallel go crazy. And she's dead. Yeah, and she's gone. So by being around Araragi, is that what killed her? Like, you know what I mean? Or I guess she was just a ghost. Okay, I bet. Yeah, but okay, so I agree with like everything she just said. Um, we're here to look at Ogi from like to look at oneself slash Ogi from another perspective. I like it. And this is probably where we get, I mean, Mask Ogi from. I've talked about, you know. Order of the breast sizes. I was too sly, I couldn't read it. Hachikuji was smallest. Then Ononoki. Okay, shut up. Okay, wait, lock in. It's gone. Alright, buddy. That's actually funny. Alright, buddy. You're literally just trolling. You're trying to like get me to lust over your back. And it's working. Ononoki. Put it back in your pants. Don't go baby mode. Yeah, Araragi, do not go baby mode. Do not infantilize right now. A cute pen pal. Yes. Bro's in a... What are those things called? Like the doctor from Dead by Daylight. He was in one of those hoes. Yeah. Like electrotherapy or whatever. Don't booty twerk. Why are you taking an alternate route? What are we gonna learn about Ogi though? Like what self-knowledge will we found? Oh, that's why we want to contact her to figure that out? Okay, that's fair. Little Mac, okay. She's fine. Yeah, I mean... Yeah. Her aura. Okay, so it is described as an aura. Cool. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. So she's just gonna try to wrap up those ends while he goes to the high school. No, you gotta go to the high school, you dip. Yeah, eat that. No entry. She got the weirdest stance right there. It is funny we're going to the high school right after he graduates. You know what I mean? Can't help but return. There probably won't be... probably won't be a fight scene. Don't get... What are we building to, bro? What are we building to in this arc? I just don't know what we're building to. I like self-knowledge, but that's for what's the knowledge? You know what I mean? Like, we want to get another perspective on Ogi. I'm down with that. That makes a lot of sense for a mirror realm. But what are we gonna learn? And now he's being like, I should have heeded her warnings more. Bro, we haven't even been there. We haven't even gone there yet. An ant falling into a den? An ant lion is gonna eat it. I think I played a Flash game of being an ant lion eating ants before. That's a goated Flash game. Oh, it was before that? Oh, shoot. What happened? Sodachi? Maybe Sodachi went sickle mode? And so it's like an emotional ouchie ouch for him to have to deal with that? Oh. the Ogi femme outfit. Huh. Oh, does Araragi wear this? Oh, this is crazy. Yeah, so Araragi in this world, does he wear... had been living here as Oshino Ogi, and Oshino Ogi has been living here as Araragi? That's crazy. Yeah, so he was wearing the girl's outfit. That's what I was trying to say there. The Araragi Komi of this world was Oshino Ogi all along. So there are two Oshino Ogis. I'm correct! I'm playing. Well, I'm not kind of not. Actually kind of true. Wait, kind of true. Oh my goodness. Because I'm taking that as a win. I actually don't even care. That's such a dub. Dude, the one in the other Araragi is another Ogi. So okay, let's go. Bet. That's so funny. So there are two of them. Okay, where's my headphones? Give me those. That's so funny. Bro's upside down in the pit. I was being influenced by the world. Yes, we already discussed this. You're not gonna... This is him. He's weakness maxing right now. In accepting Ogi, he fears that he will disappear. Wait, I've literally done this. Oh wait, this is so true. Oh my goodness, Araragi is me after all. No, I don't care. No, yeah, accepting oneself, but then Shinobu, that was funny, Shinobu. Yeah, accepting, yeah, this is so real. Okay, I'm starting to get it. Oh, okay, so she just had an L. He's having an identity crisis after accepting Ogi. Or not killing Ogi, right? But he's having an identity crisis, right? He accepted a part of himself and now is unsure of which self he is. Achikachi! Oh, look, so she's a baby now. Why is she so small? So, okay. The token little girl. Strange. Explain yourself immediately. I do not appreciate my Gotakawa. Several other sides? Oh my goodness, she's literally me. Okay, so she's like a fractal image that's getting it reflected. There's a bunch of different ones. I like that. I could work with that, actually. I actually totally work with that. Who says, yeah, it's a broken mirror. Bunch of different ones. And she's like, okay, that's funny for Ononoki to say. Genuinely has multiple personalities. She's got so many more. Oh no, wait. How healthy is Hanakawa? Hanakawa, you're my go, right? Okay, I feel like the arc is starting to make... I feel like it's a... You know what I mean? It's starting to... Oh no, okay. As soon as I say that, it's over. It's over. No, she's about to drop some... My goodness, can I, like, not fall over, please? What? Yes. So, Araragi Identity Crisis world. Hanakawa, I do not like the. I don't like seeing your inner child. I don't want little cat girl child Anakawa. That's just not my energy. The tale of Araragi realizing. It's just weird. It's weird to see her acting like that. His partner slipped up and got locked away. What is happening? My goodness. Araragi pulling up in Ogi's uniform, and Ogi's gonna be sitting in his seat in his uniform because Ogi is him and he is Ogi. That's crazy. Oh, is Ogi not there? So Ogi is his inversion. Well, that's what he's thinking, but I don't know. I'm not actually perfectly sure after the Hanakawa thing. He's introspecting about his past. Good music playing, good track. The Sodachi one? $30. It'd be funny if, like... They're doing an inversion of what they did, bro. Where now Ogi's the one... yeah, in the Sodachi classroom, right? Not the Sodachi... the one where they figured that all out, right? So now Ogi gets to do it with Araragi. Oh no, dude. So now Ogi's doing like the same thing to Araragi that Araragi did to Ogi, bro. Oh, that is so strange. Ogi's... okay, that's sick. Okay, that's actually pretty sick. Wait, okay, they're cooking. They're cooking. They're cooking. They're cooking. I'm glad I've been saying, bro. I like where this arc is going. I appreciate it. I feel like it started to click. It started to click. I wasn't even doubting the arc. A few people were thinking I was down the arc. No, I'm not doubting the arc. Trust. This shows, I'm just like, not sure what they're doing, but now it's like, all right. Dude, Ogi being on the throne there is sick. Ogi being on the throne there is sick. That's crazy. So... it's just like... oh my goodness. It's weird. It's so weird. So, like... Ogi is... the flip of Araragi, and then we flipped both of them, and so now we're here... or no, then we only flipped Araragi, so now it's... Araragi and Ogi, but they're kind of the same, and then Araragi and Ogi, and they're kind of the same. You know what I mean? But surely by interacting with this, since they change each other, right? The world changes Ogi... yeah, the world changes Araragi as much as Araragi changes the world. That was like a question he brought up that like I'm pretty much like that is what is happening. That's what Ononoki was talking about already, right? That is at play. So I think this is the chance. I mean, is this literally just him trying to mentally work through the Ogi finale, Ogi Dark? You know what I mean? Because now he's replaying the encounter, but in a way that he like can better that there is like now cross contamination between these two, right? Like that's how this is set up. You know what I mean? That they do impact each other. So now, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm glad that they used this room. This is exactly the room I was thinking. Where they did what is the name of the mystery one the mystery arc, the one we did the double special for? I can't remember the name of that arc, but that's exactly what I was trying to. I've been waiting here for ages. Oh yeah, because this is the Sodachi. This is the same room as the Sodachi room. Yeah. Because the thing on the board, I didn't quite remember if it was yeah. Whatever. We're good. We're good on it now. I was, because when they were leading up to this, I was like, bro, if they just invert what they were doing with each other, I thought they were gonna invert the earlier thing for some reason. I thought they were gonna invert the Sodachi room encounter with the however Ogi introduced herself with Araragi, but no, they're inverting the Ogi Dark finale, but they're doing it in this room instead, which is cool. They're doing it in the normal school instead of the cram school, right? So even the location like kind of makes sense with the inversion. This part go crazy right here. Oh shit. That's crazy. Ugh, dude, like the bag in the eye there. This actually go crazy. I'm actually kind of stunned, bro. My goodness. That shot of the right here, this shot go insane. It's just beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Dude, and then like so the conversation okay. So Hanakawa multiple other selves. Oh look, Ouroboros snakes. That's kind of cool. So that I like the idea of. I almost wish we had more time to explore it. I feel like this was like this is kind of a crazy thing just thrown at the end, you know what I mean? So I guess it's the point of like well, because this is the point of like her childhood self is a separate thing than the Black Hanakawa, right? And so yeah. Okay. I guess it's like oh, Hanakawa, my goat. Let me just go to Araragi. Let me just... The Araragi... I want to start here. I get to choose where we start. First off, finding the woman's outfit in here, so perfect. That's so good. That's so good. He's like, wait a second. We were acting in each other's roles. That's why Araragi in the mirror... So we can predict Araragi in the mirror. This proves that the Araragi Kiyomi of this world was Ogi all along. Okay. Can't believe you literally said the opposite like 2 or 3 episodes ago. You're so mean to me, bro. Some of these lines were so good. So, masculine Ogi. How do we get masculine Ogi in a Hana monogatari? Because what I was originally thinking is that like we would use either the Ogi jumping idea, right? Which maybe, you know, that idea, or that there would be some level of, like, knowledge gained that would, like, it would also make sense if there's some level of, like, knowledge gained from time in the mirror world that recontextualizes normal world Ogi so much that Ogi changes. So the idea there would be that after interacting with Ogi in mirror world, Araragi comes back changed, and that thus changes his Ogi. And so they're closer together. But, yeah, maybe, like... I don't know. Maybe, because, yeah, maybe the two of them... Yeah, maybe the two of them, right? Because both Araragi and Ogi are both going through this. And what I mean is that, like, in our world, normal Araragi and normal Ogi, right? That thing I did earlier with this, where it's like normal Araragi, normal Ogi, normal Araragi flips, and so now it's like the two people acting as if they were normal Araragi and the two people acting as if they were Ogi are on the same wavelengths. And so, but by nature of what Ononoki was saying last episode about how, like, if you stayed here and opened your heart, you would hit, like, a middle ground, right? I'm thinking that both sides are gonna because right now they're both two polar extremes, right? Normal Araragi and normal Ogi are, like, polar extremes. Through this, they get brought closer together. And so Ogi changes mask. Araragi grows out his hair. Is that a feminine thing? That's probably reaching. But, you know what I mean? So that would probably be the best guess there. Some of this was cooking, though, bro. I think, actually, what I'm thinking about is what Hanakawa was saying. In a minute here. About the alternate selves as a thing. I'll pull to that in a second. Man, I've been having, like... Never mind. Lock that in. Whoa. We'll get to that. But by that logic, my closet should be filled with women's clothing. I didn't see this line. This line I was... Okay. My entire wardrobe had been switched out. I would have noticed last night after getting out of the bath. Facts? Well, yeah, and then exactly this point, because it's like, yeah, that's an interesting thing you brought up, and then he's like, well, it doesn't have to make sense, it's this world. And so I was like, okay, sure. But it made 0 sense for me to have replaced Ogi. So it'd probably be pointless to focus on the details. But I think that this detail might be worth a little thought. Because it's reversed. In other words, just as this world was being influenced by me, was I also being influenced by this world? Yeah. Fair. Very fair. Also funny, we're getting the little representations of all the different, characters here. Am I turning into Ogi-chan? Right here, yeah, this line here. And for him to be in Ogi's, iconic uniform when he says this, go crazy. Am I turning into Ogi? Yeah, it's like... how do I even describe this? It's so crazy, because it's like you exist as a person, and then you realize different ways you act in different situations, and then you have to accept which of these is me, right? And so you can accept A is me, B is me, both are me, or neither are me, right? And so Araragi went down the path of acceptance somewhat. I think that's what he's on currently. Where accepted, he didn't kill Ogi off. He didn't get rid of that other self when he could have. So, boom, 2 of them hoes. But now it's the he accepted it. So now there's definitely 2 of them. And now he's going through the question of, how does this even work, right? Do we come closer together into one? Apparently because that's kind of what I originally would have pictured with Hanakawa, but Hanakawa, at least in here, is a really split person. You know what I mean? She bounces between childhood to Black Hanakawa, and Tiger presumably could show up, Yeah, am I turning into Ogi? Also, notice that all the other characters here literally are it's all been worked out now. We're having a toast. This whole thing was one great misunderstanding. The situations are already ended. They pretty much, as soon as Araragi is completely contingent for this situation being a thing, I guess that makes sense, because he's the one that's disrupting the worlds. So for them to be it's going to resolve how it's going to resolve. He's the one that disrupted it. He's the one fixing it. That makes sense. But yeah, to the Araragi thing, it makes a lot of sense for me for him to be doubting himself, right? Thinking, am I turning into this other me after accepting that there is another me? Because it's if you accept that there's a branching point, then it's you originally thought there was one, now it go bing. So it's okay, if originally I thought I was this one, but now this exists, so am I something in the middle? Am I something combined, right? That makes a lot of sense to me. I really like that. Basically Pog. And then that's that's why he said, him saying Ogi is my natural enemy. He was, or the reflection must be my natural enemy. He said that episode 2, I think, or something. It's because it's dangerous for your own self-identity or whatever you've up to this point considered to be I, right, is now under threat because there was another part that you weren't thinking about, right? And so he's thinking I, as I know myself, am going to be destroyed, disappear, as I either turn into something in between or accept something else. So and that's where this is dude, it's such an identity crisis. The title I lost upon graduation, and for this to be coming out of he no longer is a student, so it's what am I? And then that in contrast with accepting Ogi, who am I? What am I? Yeah, that parallels really well. Araragi will disappear. That is the fear. Oh, the empty bike riding, go crazy. That's good imagery. Nah, man. Dude, it's crazy. I've been I've had arcs kind of like this in my own life, Even kind of recently. I was in a slump for a couple weeks there where I was having this kind of arc. You know what I mean? Where it was the whole true self type beat of who am I, right? I interact in so many different ways in so many different situations. There's the me of the past. There's the me of the hungry me, all sorts of these different me's, the drunk me, the the whatever, the studying me, that act so differently, and they, my even the the train of thought in my head, like my inner dialogue, right? That seems to be some sort of me, but it says things that are so different, and sometimes it argues with itself, and it's like, well, how is all this division happening? Like, what is even going on? And in the wake of all that chaos, that like war breaking out, then whatever you held to be yourself is in dire jeopardy, you know? And so yeah, I totally relate to this, Araragi. This is literally a me moment. I gotta stop trying to predict this show based off of the show and predict it based off my own life experience. I'm playing. No, could you imagine, dude, low-key on the sleazy, like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, been there. I was thinking about this shit like 2 weeks ago, bro. I get you, bro. I'm with you, bro. And so what, now it's like, it's crazy because I think he's more stubborn. He's so stubborn, like holding on to himself. It's a little bit of that thing I mentioned of how he immediately said like my other self must be my enemy, and I said that's where Araragi and I differ, because I would prioritize the other self and like ensure its well-being, you know? Like I think I give a lot more credence to the other self than Araragi does. He's a lot more, he's like, he doesn't want to like lose himself, so he's scared of like making that connection. But then I make the connection and lose myself, right? It's a very similar thing though. That's like the process. Man, the worst thing is like, dude, I don't even know how to fix this. I don't even know, man, dude, Monogatari is about to teach me something crazy. Next episode's about to go so hard. Oh my goodness. Wait, next season is gonna go so hard. Cause this is the real shit. This is like me, this is real, bro. I had a dream. Oh my goodness, should I tell you guys about my dream? I had a dream that actually started my recent identity crisis. I'll real quick, because it's kind of relevant, bro. I had a crazy dream that honestly probably somewhat came out of like weird Monogatari stuff. I'm not even gonna lie. It was probably Monogatari themed on some level. You could make that read. So it is relevant to what's going on here. The dream basically was like, I'll be really quick about it, right? But I think it's important because it kickstarted my little identity thing I've been thinking about recently, which is very much coinciding with what Monogatari is doing right here. I'm feeling nauseous. That's crazy. But basically what it was I show up to this like horrible castle dungeon location, whatever. There's like monsters and stuff everywhere. And I get inside and there's like this wizard dude that I'm talking to or whatever. It's not that important. But this like dungeon has this horrible like nightmarish oppressing atmosphere. There's these horrible like chimeric monsters inside, twisted amalgamations of like flesh, bone, and sinew, you know, all that kind of nonsense. And I'm talking to this wizard dude who's like actually a more normal dude that's like studying the place or something. And at some point I come to the realization that the monsters in this place are based off of the people in it. So there is a monster, there's one of these creatures in here, one of the monsters that had been like stalking me up to this point was me. Right? That this horrible, and I have the image in my head, and it's just this like stretched out thing that had this long neck, and so the head always was like a few feet ahead of the rest of its body because its neck would like stretch out in front of it, right? And I had this realization that was me, right? And I wasn't sure the full ramifications of that at all, but it was like this horrifying revelation. And when I had that revelation, I for some reason had the option between, like, the wizard had, like, opened a portal or something. I had the option to leave the dungeon altogether and escape from this horrible place that I had, like, found myself in. Or he was, like, gonna kill me or something, right? And instead, I decided to, like, go deeper into the dungeon to find that part of myself. And the dream ended with me coming face to face with this, like, horrible creature that had been, like, hounding me up to this point, with the realization that that's me. And so it was this crazy moment of like, it was kind of like, it kind of gave me like, I kind of see it a little bit here, which is like really weird because like, you know what I mean? Of just this moment of like Araragi has this horrible pit in his stomach, right? As he's riding, you know, to this place, worried about himself, right? And then he comes face to face with this other self, right? Completely in a place that he is, like, I think probably pretty uncomfortable in, right? I mean, he's definitely not the one in control and power here. Bro, what if there's an inverse darkness? Could you imagine? that Ogi has the power of, and like we straight up like replay Ogi Dark, but with Ogi in control. That'd be crazy. But yeah, it's and that dream really like. Usually I don't read into dreams, and I still really don't. But it was a catalyst for a lot of like oh my goodness, what is my image? What is my self concept? You know, that really like spun me down for a little bit there. And so I feel like Araragi, bro, is kind of having, I think, one of those, right? If this world isn't reversing people, but rather manifesting their other side. Let me grab some of this info. Let me play off their subtitles a bit more. And if, like Hanakawa Tsubasa, who turned into Black Hanakawa, had been living here as Ogi, manifest the other sides. And so, yeah, Araragi manifested as Ogi, and Ogi manifested as Araragi here. Then this makes sense. Though it's interesting that this little extra blip is thrown in of Hanakawa having multiple... Yeah, Hanakawa Tsubasa has several other sides, though maybe not as many as you. Interesting that Ononoki has multiple sides. Maybe not as many as you, but that means more than one, right? So that's a little piece of information there, a little Ononoki moment. Because Hanakawa has normal Hanakawa, if we want to really read into it, normal Hanakawa, Black Hanakawa, Tsubasa Tiger, and then like inner child, right? Or as a little kid. Yeah. My goodness. It's crazy to me. So like Hanakawa, I'm just thinking back to the end of Tsubasa Tiger, bro. Which is crazy because I was talking about that before this episode too. So like you know what I mean? And then we bring in this a little bit with Hanakawa, and it's like, well, frick, now I gotta reanalyze everything. Where it's like, bro, which self will I be today or tomorrow or whatever the final line is, right? If there's never a moment I'm not myself, then which self will I be tomorrow or something like that, right? Then it's like, I guess, which self will I be? Yeah, because then there's multiple. Oh my goodness, Hanakawa. Oh my goodness, Hanakawa. I can't do this, dude. I can't do this show. This show's too much. I can't do it. I'm not built for this, bro. I can't. Because it's like, I feel like it's me, which I hate. I hate this. I hate this so much. It's like, because it's like she has multiple sides, and she had a moment there that seemed to be at peace with whatever she manifests with, she's me. So it was like there was a blanket me over all her different parts. You know what I mean? And so here, when she's running around as Black Hanakawa, that's just one of her parts. So she's still her, as much as she's her here. So almost what I want to say her inversion is that she went from being unified pieces into non-unified pieces. So her unity is what got inverted, right? So instead of being Hanakasa Tsubasa, tiger-striped hair, multiple things crammed into one, she is the same pieces, but instead of being one whole, she's divided parts, which is why she's manifesting as different as child, as cat, you know, as presumably as tiger, right? And so that would be the difference, I think, in her inversion. You know what I mean? Because the one that Araragi said, I wasn't on board with, because it was just straight up like Tsubasa Tiger, or it was just straight up like Black Hanakawa. It's the other side. Though I guess, because I feel like there was more to it. That would, I think, be the extended reading I'd be more comfortable with. But what's the difference? It's kind of one of those things like, is the whole more than a sum of its parts type deal, where I want to see the Hanakawa walking around in the normal world as more than just, or I guess I want to see that. The thing is, my problem is whatever I want to see is probably a projection of what I want to see for myself, which is where it's getting really, really spooky. Because it's like I'm trying to like cut out my own bias, but like I don't know you know what I mean? Because I think what I want is to view Hanakawa walking around in the normal world as having been more out from her unity. You know what I mean? So like as the black and white next to each other, there is like, that is somehow greater and more her. It's like more true to herself that she acknowledges her parts, and despite that, there is like a deeper, there's like that the unity is her. right? It's the unity between the selves that, like, is an extra additive portion to what she is, and that's something that this world lacks, right? Because there's not that unity, you know what I mean? That she's not one person that is, like, thinking, what self will I be tomorrow? It's just a bunch of different selves swapping in and out, right? That is the case, right? She views her childhood self as a separate entity living inside her. Are you saying that of which Hanakawa? I'm Hanakawa Tsubasa, meow, nyahaha. She's so this is so strange energy. This energy is so strange. Is she drunk? Are they all drinking? Is she a drunk kid? Self? Hanakawa Tsubasa has several other sides, though maybe not as many as you. Oh my goodness. This show is going to make me rip out all my hair and become bald. She views her childhood self as a separate entity living inside her. Which, you're talking about Mirror Hanakawa, right, Hachikuji? But what's the difference? Oh no. On the other hand, that tiger hasn't shown up. Okay. So that issue has likely been resolved for good. Oh, the tiger's dead. Oh, that's what you mean. I thought you just meant hadn't shown up yet. Oh, okay, just kidding. Tiger's gone. So we got childhood, Black Hanakawa, and then what? What's the third entity here? What other entities are running around? How many sides does Hanakawa have? I assume the Hanakawa that I most consider to be Hanakawa would count as one of the sides here. Yeah, Black Hanakawa and Hanakawa Tsubasa, and then offshoot. So 3. Yeah. So I've been re-educated by Devil Brother. I can't properly understand this world anymore. Yeah, since she spent so much time around him, right? Yeah, they all drunk. Stop shaw-shawing. I hate her. Genuinely has multiple personalities, unlike me. Yeah, because you were faking it. Genuinely has multiple personalities. Oh my goodness. This show is attacking my self-concept through Hanakawa. Can you stop? I kind of need that thing to remain somewhat stable, dog, or else I fail to function as a human. So I kind of need you to cut it out, show. I'm, like, uncomfortable. I'm actually... God damn it. I literally just broke out of my slump. Why am I about to be in another slump, man? I'm about to slump again. Monogatari, stop. Do I gotta take a break? I feel like I gotta take a break. No, lock in. My goodness, because it's like saying something like the inside of Tsubasa, right? The inside of Tsubasa is divided. There are multiple beings. No, but it's on the well, yeah, but it is in line with what I think, right? Where Hanakawa is the goat that is one being that is comprised of multiple other beings, multiple entities, but there is some sort of unity that makes it into, like, one Hanakawa Tsubasa. And so the subconscious still has those multiple parts. That makes sense. It's just we've gotten rid of the unity. But what does that mean? That the conscious experience is the one that unifies the parts? Oh no. I don't like I guess it does make I think I agree then. I think I agree with this. Yeah, I think I agree with this. At this point, I guess it just makes me viscerally uncomfortable. It makes me so uncomfortable. Oh no, it makes me so uncomfortable to agree with this. But I think it makes me uncomfortable because I also agree with it, and I'm just aversion eyes Andying it from, or like I also consider that to be the case. I just avert my eyes from it constantly and hyperfixate on the unity part. Because if I look too much at it, then I start to, like, doom spiral. So yeah, okay, bet. Araragi, listen, bro. I'm so sorry, Araragi. If we're going down identity crisis route, I'm not gonna be helpful anymore, bro. I ain't gonna be able to tell you any advice. We're out of advice, cause now we're in the same situation, and it's over. There is no answer. I'm lost at sea, Aragi. Are you gonna be my lighthouse? Dude, next episode better literally make me piss. Make me piss, please. It's gotta be so peak. It's gotta be peak because now it's not even just Monogatari the show that's on the line, but it's like my sanity is on the line for how they answer this. If they answer are they gonna even answer this? Whatever their answer is could hit so hard that it kills me, bro. I could have a stroke on this last episode. So I'm even less attached to them than I am to this one. Say that again. Oh, wait, I think I... Oh, the classrooms. He's just talking about the classrooms. Yeah. Ogi was waiting for him, bro. Holy crap. I can't do it, bro. I can't do this. I can't do this. Wasn't the first... Oh, yeah, I haven't even mentioned a single thing about Komaru's mom, either. Okay. Oh, my goodness. This is so bad. Good thing I watched this in a good mood. If I was in a bad mood, this would have killed me, bro. This would have killed me if I was not in a pretty good mood walking into this. Because I'm currently on like I'm a very mood swingy person. I'm currently on a mood swing upswing. If I was on a mood swing downswing, this episode would have shot me dead. Yeah. So, basically, gone. Give me subtitle browser real quick so I can find. I want to skim through some of the things you were saying. Because you were saying a lot of things. So, yeah, basically Pog. So the crazy thing to me is she even right here. Got it. Right here. Okay. Let's just start here. She's like, let me give you some advice. Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice her eyes are glowing here. That is so scary. Apparently I was too busy looking somewhere else. Uh-oh. No, yeah, that's her. Whatever she says here was really crazy to me. Where she says, like, perhaps you don't know Hanakawa as well as you think you do. You know what I mean? And, like, the entire point of, like, this being, like, a way to gain new perspective. Okay, reality isn't so black and white. My little sister eliminated the unknown in her pursuit of knowledge. Is that true? I think that's true. She knows everything. There's nothing that's unknown. Your friend Hanakawa uses both what she knows and what she doesn't know. This is true. I think this is fair. How are you different? She said a crazy line. They both fail to see the bigger picture. Truth is, one's knowledge is often riddled with errors. So what Gon is saying here is that what Kanbaru's mom is saying here is that while little sister Gon and Hanakawa both use knowledge, they do so unknowingly that it contains errors. So they're using what they know and don't know. Well, Hanakawa's using what she knows and don't know. Little sister Gon is using everything she knows. She's gotten rid of the unknown. But little do either of them realize that there's errors within what they claim to know. To what they know. Knowledge has errors. Knowledge doesn't. It's crazy. It's like such a different way to like look at knowledge. I feel like because what you perceive as right could be wrong. It's about perspective. You're making knowledge into something about perspective. Which I guess is fair. Though it's funny. It's literally like I'm trying to remember how the Greek did it, because I think the Greek knowledge comes from looking at opinion long enough or like analyzing opinion enough that it becomes knowledge. I think that's kind of the way the idea works. And so the entire point there is that like knowledge is supposed to come with the point of being like, I feel like knowledge has connotations of objectivity and being correct. You know what I mean? Like I know that fire hurts my body. Bad analogy. I know that... What do I know? All I know is that I know nothing. Socrates Max. Nah, but... So for us to make knowledge into perception-based isn't usually how I consider knowledge. I guess it's kind of like a very deep call-out on perspective and bias. a lot, where it's like you could be biased towards thinking that you're right when in reality you have been led astray by what you believe, and it's actually wrong. Like, I think that is true. I think it's exactly this. I think expanding your horizons is what makes knowledge into better knowledge, right? Or makes opinion into knowledge. You know what I mean? And yeah, this entire thing of doing this, of broadening knowledge is, I guess, what we're here to do. But then what are we learning? Because I know that's what we're here to do makes so much sense, right? Like, I've been with you. I just don't know what we're learning. And now you've given me the stakes. You've told me, like, you've told me that we're going to be learning something about Araragi and Ogi, and Araragi's, he has his fears of losing himself in the process of this, like, obtaining of self-knowledge. Like, he's going to drown in the ripples of the mirror, bro. The fogginess, the uncertainty, the blurriness that Sodachi described is where he fears he's going to dissolve into. Type beat, you know? I can't say I do, I merely understand her a little bit. The lotus imagery go hard. What about you? How well do you think you understand your friend? Dude, the next season's gonna be about Hanakawa. Right? One of the next ones gotta be about Hanakawa. Are you sure that you know what's running through the mind of your friend who's traveling abroad? They're literally calling me out, bro. It's crazy. I was literally talking about this yesterday, or like the other episode, bro. How I was like, I don't know about Hanakawa anymore. And then she literally starts telling Araragi, are you sure that your knowledge on Hanakawa is that good? It's like, bro, that's what I'm worrying about. Oh my goodness. It's just... Yeah, so, yeah, and this is him realizing that she's a freaking genius. And then, let me go to the back scratching, because a lot of this was some crazy dialogue that I was not catching. Man, I can't believe that I'm feeling nauseous. I can't believe that this is actually, like... Lock in, bro. Poker face. We're back. We're back. Come on. Maybe subtitle browser's gonna be more effective here. Okay. From my perspective, I don't know if leaving was a good thing or not. Okay. Yeah. It was, okay. As you've heard, the Rainy Devil, the progenitor of the monkey's paw, is actually my alter ego. My other side, a part of me that attacked myself for generations. We've specialized in monster creation. It's a method to face your inner demons. So she's manifested her inner demons as the monkey form and then killed it, and the corpse of it, the mummy of it, is the parts that one of which got entrusted to Konbaru. They're inside you, so you can't turn your back on them. Yeah, man, what an interesting parallel to Araragi's situation with Ogi, where it's like she's an example of facing yourself and not separating oneself, kind of Black Hanakawa-esque, but destroying a part of yourself. That's my problem, bro. That's the difference between, like, Araragi being afraid of losing, like, he's afraid he's gonna lose Araragi Koyomi by interacting with Ogi. I'm afraid of losing myself by ever destroying any other part of myself. So every other part of myself, or what I see to be other sides of myself, I do not destroy. I never try to damage those. If anything, I keep them alive. Perhaps when I shouldn't. That's been one of my big questions recently of how much should I be, like, keeping these other parts of, like, these different ways I manifest as a being. How much should I try to keep those different manifestations alive, right? Because for a while I've been trying to keep all of those alive in an attempt of, like, life affirmation or something, right? And so Ganon here killed her other part, and the corpse of it is the monkey paw stuff, which is kind of what Araragi could have done but then didn't do. He, like, didn't have the balls to do it, you know, because he's not gonna kill Ogi when Ogi's begging for help, right? Especially when it's manifested as a second being. So his inner demon, he couldn't help but save, and now he's having to realize, like, what is the consequence of that? Right? Oh my goodness. Yeah. It's so interesting. It's so strange. Was this one with this shot, where does this shot come from? This tunnel? I feel like, wasn't this shot in Monogatari? I don't think it was, but like, it kind of, I feel like when he was driving, this was probably like Sanjigahara driving him or something, right? But, because I think it would probably be chronologically sound, so I would assume it's Sanjigahara, but I feel like, there was a scene of him, because Kambaru was in the backseat in Monogatari, him in a tunnel, like, glancing, messing with it or something. The Rainy Devil was my mirror. But didn't you exterminate it? Yeah. She'll have to face herself. It's funny. She'll have to face herself someday like my sister and I did. This is literally where she was. This is her on the track, right? But she was on the track when Ogi pulled up to her, right? And like a lot of that's like a lot of the kickoff of Monogatari was on this track. So this is like really funny like setup. Like that's like foreshadowing for that, right? So that's pretty sick. Dude, this next episode has to hit so hard. Oh, is that a baby Kambaru running? Aww. Oh, maybe because maybe it's like the monkey paw was the manifest because it was the manifestation, or she used it to be fast, right? Wasn't that what her wish was? So like if maybe her insecurity about the running speed and like all the things that kind of like were part of that insecurity was like her demon self, that then the monkey paw was a tool for doing something with that. I don't know. Freaking the Gon stuff I've always been the least confident on. Shino was wondering about this. This we don't care about. We already know a lot of that. It's just a mummy on Oddity's corpse, if you will. Yeah, this line right here. It can't be poison or medicine. It'll only ever be a corpse. Give Suruga a message from you when it seems like the right time. There's no need to hold on to that thing all your life. Is that what he tells her in Monogatari? I think that is, right? That kind of thing. So it's like Araragi brings the message from Kambaru's mom to Kambaru way later, you know, which is kind of sweet and very, you know, I don't know. It's just crazy, man. It's only one lesson I wanted to teach you. Don't end up like me. Yeah, so don't slay your demons. Very Shadow Self-esque. Very Shadow Self-esque. Like a Jung type beat. If you can't be a medicine, then turn into a poison. Otherwise, you'll just be plain old water. Oh, you're just talking about that, yeah. Ooh, wait, is this the ridge between them? Is that what this visually is doing here? Where Gon's on one side, and then there's this river, this valley between them that has separated them. Her intentions with those words didn't necessarily meet, like Kambaru on the other side or something. Maybe. Or maybe it's just because this like visual was used in Monogatari is, yeah. She saw me as a parent and my sister as an older sibling. I saw myself as nothing but a crybaby devil. Good. I love this imagery. The like rage with the crying, that hit. Good silhouette too. Yeah, so she killed her weakness. Man, it reminds me of what Araragi said about I'm weak. It's crazy. The visual was of him drowning when he said this. I think this was Ogi Dark, right? Ogi Formula, that was the name of that one. But yeah, where he was like, it was him drowning and he was saying like, I'm weak, but I'm like, I've accepted that weakness or something like that. There was like something like that going on, which is like the opposite of what she did, where she was weak and she destroyed that weakness. Yeah. And then he ended up doing that more literally with Ogi. But she says, don't be like me. It's just crazy, bro. Because this is the question this is one of the big questions I've been dealing with a lot. So it's like, it just stunlocks me and I don't know the answer. The thing is, I don't even, like, you know what I mean? Where, like, Gon says that she's wrong. What if she's not? What if killing your demon is the best move? Like, if I can beat it, then I can kill it, and then I can dub, and then I can win. You know what I mean? I don't know. This episode got me messed up. I might just leave it at that. Oh, do we want to do the breast size thing? Okay. What do we... Ogi, okay, Ogi was one of the was one of the options. List the following characters in order of their breast sizes. Ogi, Ononoki, Shinobu, and Hachikuji. Bruh. They're like all flat. You can't list them. Ogi doesn't even have breasts. Ogi's, well, you know what I mean? So Ogi's in last. I think Ogi's in last. The thing with Hachikuji is that Araragi at one point called them unripened fruit, which means there was fruit there. Horrible, I know. I'm so sorry that I said that, but the line has never left me because of how much episode Bake 3 or whatever it was, I was not ready to hear him say unripened fruit while doing that. That was so crazy to me. Or like 4 maybe. But yeah, so I would say Ogi in last, then Ononoki, then Shinobu, then Hachikuji. So A, C, B, D. Reason being, I think Hachikuji's 11. I think Shinobu. Frick, what was? I would say that. I would say A, C, B, D. That'd be my answer. Good reference. I forget the name of this show, but good reference. My goodness. Yeah, I'm really curious how they're gonna answer this. This got me freaked out. That's all I got. My goodness. I'm falling apart on this one. I am falling apart on this one. That's all I got for this one, y'all. On to the next. The finale, dude. The finale of Monogatari is what is up next. And it's brought up one of the craziest questions for like the maneuvering of one's life that I have ever asked myself, and I am incredibly curious what they're going to do to answer that. So it seems that is where we're gonna leave it for this one, episode 5 of Owarimonogatari. Dude, I was thinking like, yeah, let's just finish up the season quick. Bro, I'm scared. I'm scared of next episode. I'm terrified of next episode. I don't know, because whatever answer they give, if they even give one, is gonna be terrifying for me. Scary. On to the next episode 6. Should be exciting. Of course. If you like the video, subscribe. If you're new, blah blah blah. Comment down below if you have anything to say, or join the Discord, or talk to me other Monogatari fans there. But until the next episode, that is all I got for you tonight. I will be seeing you then.